Hierarchical condition category, HCC, coding is an important contributor for setting the cost of care benchmarks we must meet in order to be successful. HCCs must be coded annually to assign a patient's risk adjustment factor, RAF, and contribute to our benchmarks. You can help close HCC gaps by using two components in your ambulatory workflow. First, review the patient's diagnoses and problems. Diagnoses identified as HCCs are indicated. Those that have not been addressed within the current calendar year will be red. Take action on a patient's problems as you usually do by clicking This Visit, Chronic, or Resolve. When an unaddressed HCC is applied to the current visit, the text will change to black, indicating the requirement has been satisfied. Those that are already chronic and are not applied to the current visit will remain red, and those that have resolved will be removed from the list. After addressing HCCs, continue updating the patient's problems, recalling that unspecified conditions can be specified using the Diagnosis Assistant. Next, review the Diagnosis Insights component. This feature tracks prior and suspected diagnoses and is meant to improve care and close potential gaps in documentation. Note that the patient's risk adjustment factor for the current year displays in the lower right. Under prior diagnoses, those that were previously associated with the patient can be added as current or chronic conditions. Click a condition for more details. You have three options: add the diagnosis to the patient's problem list, reject the diagnosis, or mark the problem as resolved. Note that you can use the drop-down menu for related diagnoses. Under Suggested Diagnoses, the system identifies conditions that may be indicated for the patient based on supporting documentation. As with prior diagnoses, use the drop-down menu or click a condition for more details, then add or reject the diagnosis. Rejected diagnoses are listed under Suppressed. If a diagnosis was rejected mistakenly, the rejection can be undone. Refreshing the patient's problem list reveals the diagnoses you added from Diagnosis Insights. On the left, recall that you can adjust diagnosis priority using a drop-down menu. This feature dictates how diagnoses appear in your assessment and plan.